my bunnies, it's Ticky's Trinkets here, and today I have for y'all another polymer clay tutorial. Today we're going to be making the banker from the Showdown Bandit game, which is out now. You can go over to Steam and play it. I'll try to maybe put a link down below to it. If not, just type it on Steam and it'll come right up. I've played the entire game, but I did not get all the achievements and outfits, which I'll go back and get later. It is very short, but it's an episodic kind of game, so it's going to be 1 episode, 2, 3, just like Bendy and the Ink Machine. And I will say, for the first half, I really liked it. I love the scares. I love the different mechanisms in the game, everything like that. Perfect. But you go see for yourself. Go play it if you'd like to. It's like $7 or $8.99 on Steam. Anywho's, I made the banker, which is your save mechanism in the game. He is just adorable. He came out extremely perfect. I dirtied him up with some chalk pastels, which you'll see later in the video. And his base is also painted just like the previous ones. He is going to be in a set along with 2 other characters from the game, which I won't say who they're going to be yet. You'll have to wait and see. And for next week's video, I'm going to do something different. I can't remember what the character's name is off the top of my head, but you will see that on my little upcoming video thing on my channel, so look forward to that too. And other than that, that's about all I'm saying right now. I hadn't worked on my figure art, so I have nothing to show you, but I will keep you guys updated. I'll see you guys there, my bunnies. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, bye-bye, my bunnies. For this tutorial, I used Sculpey 3 white, Sculpey 3 black, Sculpey 3 leaf green, and some black shades that I just, not black, brown shades that I had mixed together. First, I'm going to start with the brown. This is just scrap clay. You're going to see that I use some green scrap clay later too, so always keep your scrap clay, but put similar colors together because it'll make it easier for you. Next, I just cut off a good chunk of the top, which you're going to keep that so that we can make the legs. But the bottom part, go ahead and flip it over onto the back part, or well, the bottom part, and press it down with your thumb to make it flat on the top and the bottom. Then the other scrap brown clay that I have, roll it into a ball, cut that ball in half and roll it into 2 other balls. Then roll it out into 2 very long cylindrical shapes, just like this. And then take a long blade or an X-Acto blade and cut the bottoms off so they're flat and the tops off at an angle. Then the pieces that are angled, just go ahead and stick it onto the body. Make sure they're about as even as possible in size and length. I do cut this and make this a little bit shorter later. You can kind of tell right here I made it shorter, but, you know, make it as long as it needs to be, or as long as it looks proportional. Then I took my scrap green and I rolled it out into a teardrop shape. And then, unlike with the torso, I used the palm of my hand and pressed it down so that it will be round on top but flat on the bottom. And yes, I got a new engagement ring / wedding ring. Still not officially married yet, though. Anyways, I cut the top and the bottom off, and we're going to keep the chunk in the middle. Go ahead and stick it on the torso, make sure it fits evenly, and then stick a toothpick in it for stability. Next, we're going to go on to the black. And I'm going to pre-roll the balls in the knee, which are 3 black balls, 1 big one, 2 half sizes. The big one you're going to start with first. You're going to roll it out nice and flat, like so. Sorry, I had to stop for water. My mouth's so dry. Then you're going to cut it into a rectangular shape or a square shape. And make sure that it's big enough to wrap around the torso and have a little extra hanging over. Just like this. Then pinch it in the middle, and then you're going to take your X-Acto blade and cut the top excess off. And then kind of blend it in together. Next, just go ahead and take the scrap clay and put it back in the pack. And then we're going to move on to the feet. The only time I use scrap clay and put it in a scrap pile is when it gets dirty or mixed together. So if it's still one solid color, just put it back in the pack. Next, you're going to roll these out into about inch-long teardrop shapes, and then just take the tops of them and press them with your index finger and thumb like this to make a shoe shape. Once you've done that, you just need to cut it off at the top, well, kind of near the top of the shoe, so that it's a reasonably long shoe top, if you understand what I'm saying. Then go ahead and stick it on the legs. You can go ahead and glue it on here too if you like to. Next, I realized I forgot about his bow, so I took some more scrap black clay that I just put back up and got it back out and rolled it into a very, very long, thin little snake. You can also use a clay extruder to do this, but sometimes I'm lazy and don't feel like cleaning the extruder. It's all good. Then just cut it into like an inch long piece or a 2-inch piece and just fold it into a pretzel shape. and then stick a little extra ball right on top. Then once you do that, you can go ahead and place it on his little top part of his shirt right there. Voila. Next, we're going to move on to the leaf green. And you're going to pre-roll 2 balls right here. These are going to be his arms. So you're going to roll these out into very long, narrow shapes, just like with the legs. They should be almost 2 inches in length. Then you're going to go ahead and cut the tops and the bottoms off, just like this. The bottom flat, the top at an angle. Then once you do that, cut both of these pieces in half. That way we can make his arms look jointed. And if you need help to do the jointed arms, go back to the original Showdown Bandit tutorial to learn how to do this a little easier. But you're literally just making a puzzle piece. It's not that hard. Then put the pieces together. Again, use a little bit of glue if you need to, or take the arms off while you're baking it if it's easier. It's up to you. Mine held up pretty easily. Next, I took my X-Acto blade and did two lines on the front of his torso so it looks like he has pants texturing. Then I also did it on the side, again to make it more realistic and textured. And then I also did it on the soles of his shoes for a shoe texture. So much texture. Next, we're going on to the white color ball. And you're going to pre-roll the balls you need, which we need 3 balls, 1 big one for his head and 2 little ones for his hands. For the big one for his head, kind of roll it into an egg-like shape, and then set it in the palm of your hand just like this, and then use your dotting tool to dot 4 holes into it and cut the mouth shape. Once you get done, it should look like this. I hold it in my hand so the back won't get flat, but if you don't mind the back of the head being flat, just set it on your work surface. But I still want mine to look round and more anatomically correct. Next, anyways, for the hands, roll it into about inch-long teardrop shapes. I can't talk today, I swear it. Then use your fingers to press it down so they'll be kind of slightly less bulky on the top. Then go ahead and cut them to appropriate hand-sized little nubs. The 2 white cone pieces, put them back in your pack. Then use your X-Acto blade to just cut 2 little long lines that are about the same length into the hand so it makes them look like fingers. And then just go ahead and take some Loctite glue and glue it to the wrist. Make sure the joints are all glued together, anything that might be fragile, including the head on the neck piece, which is just a toothpick in this case. Next, I took soft chalk pastels, and I mixed yellow, white, and brown together. I just scrape it off with my X-Acto tool, and then once it was mixed together, it looked like this. Not completely mixed, but it was mixed enough. Then take a very small paintbrush and just kind of go over the head and the fingers to give it a rustic kind of look. Just using a reference photo based off the game. This is kind of similar to the rusticness. Next, you take the black soft pastel, do the same thing, and just fill in the eyes and also give it a little more rough texture on the jacket, the pants, the sleeves, things like that. Then I took another tiny white ball of clay because I realized, oopsie, I forgot his ears. So you're all along here with me. Then just flatten it out with your X-Acto tool or anything that can press it flat, and then just cut that ball in half. Then you literally have 2 ears. Just stick them on the head and make sure you try to line them up evenly and get them in the place that it needs to be for the ears. Perfect. Am I right? Next, I just went back in with the black and the brown and just kind of dirtied up his ears again. And then I used a cotton swab to clean off some little bits that I didn't want too dirty. And then you're ready to bake. I forgot the cotton swab picture, but it's okay. Bake at 350 degrees for 9 minutes in a gas or 12 minutes in an electric. While he's baking, go ahead and take whatever base you want and paint the base however you like. I personally paint it to look like wooden floor tiles. Now they all match seamlessly, so it looks like they're on a stage. And I just used trash to put my paint on because I'm trashy. Then once he's out of the oven and cooled off, you can go ahead and dot on his 2 little gold buttons he has. Perfect. Wait for that to dry, and then take E6000 and glue him down to whatever base you have, or don't put him on a base. It's all up to you. Next, I just also went on ahead and glazed him twice with my polyacrylic floor varnish, and then you're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just like I said at the beginning, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and look at my channel for my video coming next week. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye, my bunnies.